Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Mallory and today we are going to talk about taking the Praxis in 2021. So I recently just took the Praxis test and I wanted to make a video to help all of you out who are frantically probably studying for it, doing research, searching YouTube on how to pass this exam. It can be a super anxious time. It definitely was for me, and I would have loved to find a current video, that being in like 2020, 2021, of taking the Praxis. So my first piece of advice is schedule a test date and stick to it. There is an option to reschedule the test if you need to, and that is emphasis on need to. I don't recommend it. I don't even like that they give you really that option. I know, of course, they have to just in case something comes up, an emergency. But I found myself being like, asking myself, should I reschedule the test? Like, am I ready? Should I push it off a week? And I ended up not doing that, thankfully, and I am so happy I did not. But that is my first piece of advice, is set a test date, set a test time, put it on your calendar in Sharpie, in whatever you need to do, and stick to that time and know that that is when you are going to take your test. Even if you take your test at home, imagine you're going into a testing center. My next piece of advice is to buy or rent or borrow some sort of study material. Online at the Praxis, where you sign up and take your test and ETS, they do give you some Khan Academy references or links, but this book right here that I purchased off Amazon was extremely helpful to me when I was studying for the test. And this comes with study questions and then a practice test. I will tell you, when I took the test, there was some overlap in the questions in here for sure. It's really comforting to find a question that I was familiar with, know that it was because I had taken the practice test in here and already kind of knew the answer to it, or was close enough to the answer that I felt confident. So this booklet I just purchased off Amazon, and knew it was $25. I'm sure you could find it cheaper. I'm sure there's people who are selling theirs that they've already used. But I highly recommend getting some sort of extra study material other than just the one that Praxis gives you on their website. So going along with buying some sort of book that is based and focused just on your Praxis, I also recommend utilizing YouTube. YouTube is a great place. You guys are already on YouTube right now if you're finding this video. But also there are so many other videos out there that are talking about how to pass the Praxis, what you need to study, how to study, what questions you should really be focusing on, and all of the above. I want to share with you my godsent channel, and that is Nava Ed. So Nava Ed is a teacher who goes through, and she will go through a book like this or a study guide like this and work through a sample question with you. What I really used her for was the grammar and the reading sections. She gives some really great insight on how to pass those sections, how to feel more confident going into it, little tips and tricks you can learn and to bring into the test as knowledge, and I highly recommend her channel. So I will put her channel down in the description. If you are looking for a great channel to have someone talk you through the questions, and it's extremely relevant, she's made most of her videos just in the last couple months, I highly recommend her channel. So it's Nava Ed, and go check her out. Next up, I recommend doing practice tests. So you can take practice tests online. There's multiple different sites that would give that. You can also take them in books like this. So here's an example of writing and reading and math and all this stuff. And I will tell you guys, these questions, this is exactly how it is on the actual test. So it is super worthwhile to take the time to work through these questions, because that's how if they're not the same question, which again, like I said, some of them were, the format is exactly the same, and sometimes it can get confusing. And so I highly recommend take your practice tests. Even if it's you finding a problem and then looking at the answer and then going backwards and redoing it. Highly recommend do the practice tests. Next is the one that I think is something that I did not do and I so wish I did. And that is focus more on the writing portion. So I focused a lot on like the grammar, the reading, the math, which was all fine. But I did not practice writing an essay given a prompt in 30 minutes. And that was the struggle for me. So you get 30 minutes to write an argumentative essay, and then you get 30 minutes to write a informative essay. And the topics, one of them, I'm not going to say the topics because I don't want you guys to get stuck on that would be your topic, because more likely than not, that would not be. So I'm going to talk broadly. So one of my argumentative topic had nothing to do with the education field, which threw me off. I assumed that these would both be education based. That is not the case. So be prepared for that. Know that you could get anything and everything under the moon. Don't let that freak you out. You will be fine. What I did that worked the best is I related it to the education field. So they gave me a prompt that had nothing to do with education. I took that and said, I believe this is true because this affects children in this way in the education field. And then I felt more comfortable about it. When it comes to the informative essay, they give you two short little paragraphed articles, and then you use those to write your informative essay. Make sure you put in citations, practice writing your citations. They give you kind of how to write them, but make sure you refresh your memory on that so you're not caught on that. Also know that when you're writing your essays, there's no spell check, there's no grammar corrections. I mean, you are completely on your own. So practice doing spelling, practice knowing where to put commas and all that kind of stuff. Really pay attention to that. It's not a huge emphasis on your grade. It's more of the content. But they will look at that if it is apparent that that was a struggle for you. So lastly, I want to talk about what the kind of process is to take the Praxis in 2021. As far as I know, this is how it's going to be. And so I wanted to kind of talk about the process. So when you sign up for your test, when you register for your test, you can either pick to go into a testing site or do it from home. I chose to do it from home just for safety, and also I was able to find a quiet place to be able to take this test, a secure place, and just decided it would be easier for me to take it from home. If you feel more comfortable taking it in a testing center, that is totally fine. Know that that might be kind of hard to find due to COVID-19 and all the regulations they're doing, but no, that's a possibility. But also there's possibility to do your test from home, which is what I chose to do. So on testing day, you are going to be logging into your Praxis account, and then you are going to click on the link, and it says, I think it says like, take my test now or something. And there's like a countdown. And when it's like 5 minutes to your test, I believe, you click on it, and then it will walk you through a series of steps before it connects you to a proctor. You will grant them access to your computer so they can move around on the screen. They'll watch you through your webcam, and then they will also make you show them your room so it's secure and they know that there's no paper or there's no people in the room helping you, no recording devices, anything like that. So I highly recommend finding a place where you are going to be able to sit for 5 hours straight and take this test. Go in prepared, but don't over prepare, and also go in confident. The test is hard. No one's gonna doubt that. The test is long. You have 5 hours to complete it, which is a long time. Just make sure you do everything you can prepare, take these steps, and you guys will be just fine. If you want more of these types of videos, let me know, and I can post below. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Also follow me on my Instagram at BerryEducational, and we can chat over there. I hope you guys have have a great day. Good luck on your tests. You guys are going to be amazing.